Hello, it's Paul Williams from Target Training Perth. This is the second part of the explanation that I started in the last webcast. Just a reminder, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to explain to you in more detail the information contained in the flyers so that you have a better understanding of the program. So for this second page, before I can explain this second page to you, I actually have to go to page 3 to explain the training to autonomy model. So for the training to autonomy model, basically what this is about is developing you into the role. Now it begins with training. That corresponds to stage 1 of the action plan. Now, our aim is to get you to the autonomy level. Now, this is where you begin to think autonomously in the workplace. You start to think and you start to think and act in the job with little input from your superiors or your peers. We begin with training. So the training is the knowledge and theory needed as a basic entry into the workplace. It's basic theory and knowledge development. Once you have established that basic knowledge and theory development, we put you into the workplace for work experience. Now, this part is all about providing the practical skills that match directly to the theory that you've just learned. So basically what you'll be asked to do is, while you're in the workplace, you'll be asked to match what you're doing in the workplace with the theory that you've learned. And that adds to learning. That will help with your learning because it makes the theory real. You're using a real life job application to relate it to the theory, and the theory becomes a real life learning experience. So once you've gone through that process, our aim is to eventually get you to the autonomy level. Now, you may not get to this level straight away as soon as you start paid employment, but eventually it is our hope that you will get to this level. So basically, this is the level that you will start to think for yourself, and you'll start to act with little input from your peers and your superiors. And this is what employers are looking for. So now I can go back to page 2 and go through the procedure. So here we have stage 1. So this is the theory and the knowledge that I talked about. This is where you learn the basics of the job. Then once you have finished the first part of the theory, we then develop the work action plan. Now this is where we establish your career goals, where you'd like to work within your chosen industry, things like how far are you prepared to travel. We have a look at your current knowledge and skills in preparation for updating your resume. And then we put all this together, and then once we have decided on your career goals, we find you work experience that is going to help you achieve that career goal. Now, I cannot promise work experience. I actually like my students to actively be out there looking for work experience themselves, but I will certainly help you and support you in this process. So once we have some work experience, once you have started to study the theory, we will then update your resume. Now this resume will now have a Certificate 3 qualification, or a partly of almost finished Certificate 3 in your resume. You will have work experience, you will have the knowledge and the skills that are very specifically related to the job that you are applying for. Then once we have that all written out, we will then start applying for jobs. And then the idea is that once we find employment, that you can begin to pay for stage 2 of the work development action plan.